I came on the train from Leeds to Huddersfield on the TransPennine railway. Now, let's start with the positives of that. Huddersfield Station is fantastic. I mean, you know that. It looks really great. And the square outside, particularly this morning in the sun, and there's Harold Wilson looking good as he stands there, as he always does. And that was fantastic, as was, the journey from here to there. Beautiful countryside. The downside was, if you can believe it, the train was late. And that is, I'm sure, for you, a pretty frequent experience. As it happens, I lived in Leeds as a student for a number of years. Then my late brother lived in Leeds, so I was frequently visiting him, and I've got very good friends in and around the Leeds area from when I was at university. So I'm actually here a lot, and I've used that TransPennine railway quite a lot. And I think, in my experience at least, it's probably been late more than it's been on time. And I'm sure that's your experience as well. And when I think of the fact that that particular railway, the TransPennine, serves, I think, about 9 million people. If you take all the people that use it all along the route, that's a huge number of people, huge number of businesses, whether that's Leeds, whether that's here, whether it's Bradford, film, Leeds, fintech, or law, or you name it. There's huge ambition. There's a huge number of people, huge ambition, lots of businesses, enterprises that really want to get on. And I can't help but thinking, if that was anywhere else in the country, there would be a better transport system for 9 million people and that level of ambition. And one of the things that I felt very strongly before we came into government was that government should match the ambition of their communities. And the ambition is really, really clear here. And government should also listen to communities and push power on decision-making out to communities. I'm really pleased we've got the Mayor here, Tracy Brabin, because I'm a great believer in people with skin in the game making the decision about their own communities. I think people will make better decisions about their own communities if they're from that community than if they're sitting in London behind a desk trying to work out what to do. So with this combination, we've been able today to announce the biggest ever amount of money going into transport in the north, £1.7 billion. So that's a huge package for all sorts of transport. But the one in particular I wanted to emphasise is £415 million extra pounds going into the TransPennine railway and the upgrade of that. Now, it's a £10 billion project. It's a huge project, and it's going to increase the efficiency of that service hugely. It's going to double the amount of seats, so the capacity will be much bigger. So those of you that are working on the fabric for the seats, you're going to be really busy because whatever you're doing now, we're going to need twice as many of them when we get to this, and we hope to ensure this is done pretty early in the 2030s. So this is a project that will massively improve, the impact that this has on communities. And the impact, of course, of trains that don't work very well is very human, because there's the getting to work late, there's the irritation of being late for other things, but there's also the really important NHS appointments, the family engagements, the funerals that people are trying to get to, all those things that are hugely impacted on a human level that you can't get in the statistics, but actually make a difference to people's lives. So this is a really important investment I'm really pleased to be able to make today, and to work with you and with the Mayor on how we ensure that transport in your area improves so people can get around, businesses can thrive and grow, and people can enjoy their lives in a way that they can't if transport doesn't work properly. I'm really pleased that we've had 2 million extra NHS appointments in the first 7 months of this government. Now, when we went to the election, we said we would do that in the first year, and so to come in early is really important. So waiting lists have gone down for 5 months in a row, and that's during winter, which is when it's traditionally more hard to do it. Interest rates are down, so if you've got a mortgage, your mortgage should be coming down. That's really important. We've got 750 breakfast clubs for children that need support and help before they get to school and something to eat. And of course, one of the things that was announced on Wednesday was that living standards are going up, £500 better off. And that really matters because that measures what you've got in your pocket. And so we said that we would get the waiting list down, we'd make sure people feel better off. And today we're making that investment to make sure your transport is as it should be.